worst president ever, not smart, a fool. That's just the stuff I remember. It was more. Oh, that's it? 27 million? Really? Down 36% from Trump Clinton. Do you have an explanation for that? People just tired of politics? I don't know what other explanation there might be. Of course, in a certain sense, I don't dismiss those people at all. See, I often ask about my own life if I did not have the professional and moral obligation to comment on major items in the news, would I be following all those major items in the news? And the answer is no. If you're new to my show, you should understand that I am not animated by politics. One of the many reasons I am sort of the opposite of the left. Politics does not give my life meaning. If it weren't for my belief, my certitude that the left is an utterly destructive force in our society, I would be much more preoccupied with the things that I think people should be preoccupied. Great question. How do you make good people? The most important question any society can ask. That, at its best, that is what America would ask. So kids were raised with character education. There were obvious flaws, like in many cases, not all by any means, but in many cases, just an acceptance of racist ideas, which were universal. It's not a defense of the ideas, it's a defense of the people. I hope that's clear. As I've given the example of vegetarianism, I would not be surprised if in 50 years a vast number of people are vegetarian. Will they look upon those of us who ate meat the way people look upon racists? And if so, would that be fair? Well, you can't take anybody seriously, or virtually anybody morally seriously, from the early 21st century. They were meat eaters. I'm not being cute. I believe that is a perfect analogy. I'm not analogizing racism to meat eating. I'm analogizing present day ethical sensitivities to earlier day ethical sensitivity. So I'm merely commenting on the low number, relatively speaking, of people who watched it. That's why I've never argued, everybody has an obligation to vote. I know that there are a lot of people who say that. I have generally understood that in a free society, the fact that a lot of people aren't voting is sort of, they're just not involved politically because they have other concerns in life. Now, I vote. I've always voted. But I'm animated. I understand the issues. I don't want people who don't understand the issues to vote. Why is that good? Well, I have an answer to that. Because people who don't understand the issues tend to vote in certain directions. I have another point to make in regard to the debate. And I was thinking about debates that I heard when I was a very young kid, 12 years old, when Kennedy and Nixon debated. No, I wasn't 12. I was 11. 11 years old, and the seriousness of that debate versus last night it makes me sort of feel sad for young people. I feel sad for young people in many arenas. The irrational fears that are implanted in them. I told a young parent of a 2-year-old recently. She didn't react because I think she had never heard the concept, and I'm not sure she was totally on board.